And if I want you out of my house, you better get your sorry ass out of here.
I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yes, you are.
It's an important thing to understand is that relationships can lift our vibrations to help us become whole. The wrong relationship, however, can cause us to degrade. Such is the case with Jason Stackhouse and basically all the women he dated in season 1 of True Blood. Jason had many of the same afflictions as the vampires in the series. No, he wasn't totally shut off from the light, yet he learned to only derive pleasure from the physical act of sex. Jason was so lost, he couldn't even have an intimate relationship with a woman.
I had sex like 3 times today. At this rate, we're gonna burn out by the end of the week. And then you're gonna get all weird and closed off. And I've already been down that road with you, baby.
When things became too serious, he would pull away, deciding to focus his attentions on another conquest. It is only when people start to die around him that he begins to question his actions. Did he kill Maudette, Dawn, Amy? Sadly, Jason, much like Bill and Sookie, are people who mistake experiences for love. They're focused more on how the other person makes them feel and not their character and even their flaws.
Hello?
I may not know much, but I do know better than to associate myself with people of low moral character.
We can see this playing out with Jason and Amy. Amy is a psychopath, and she is able to manipulate Jason into actually kidnapping and later killing a vampire. Yet Jason can't seem to let her go because he truly believes that he loves her. He fails to realize that Amy is insane. Like the vampires, she too is consumed by darkness and couldn't really open up her heart to love anyone. Like many narcissists and psychopaths, she learned the art of manipulation. She had Jason wrapped around her finger. She needed him as a source of supply and as a bum buddy to do V with. Amy and Jason seemed to have gotten along best while on V, but their relationship was racked with instability and even resentfulness when they were coming down from it. However, I have to say that Jason Stackhouse had one of the best character arcs in the season. From his experience with drugs, crime, and heartbreak, he learns that he is capable of so much more. Thus, he was able to elevate his vibrational frequency. Now. Sam and Tara were the odd couple in this first season. In truth, I never saw it coming. I got the vibes from Miss Tara that she was a lady lover from the very beginning. However, after watching this series for the 6th time, I realized that Tara and Sam have similar qualities. Yes, they're different races and different ages, but they both suffer from debilitating childhood wounds. This makes it very difficult for them to find love and real intimacy.
Low self-esteem, childhood trauma, blah, blah, snore. What's your excuse?
Tara truly believes that she can save her mother from alcoholism. By doing that, her mother, Lady Mae, will be the mother that she always needed and craved. While Sam believes that Sookie is the girl for him. He thinks because she's different, she'll understand that he is harboring a terrible secret.
What are you, a masochist?
No, not at all. But I spent my whole life either running away from people or pinning my hopes on somebody I can't have. I'm done with that.
That's the secret of him being a shapeshifter, of course. While the other characters seem to be somewhat whole, Sam and Tara are the 2 characters who appear to be truly broken. They're looking for love but have no idea how to find it. They never had any real positive examples of a relationship and don't even know how to give and receive love.
So you can ride up on your white horse and save me?
Why do you do that?
Do what?
Try and turn everything into a fight.
When Sam shows Tara love, she pulls away, dishing out insults. This is a coping mechanism that she developed to protect herself from pain. But her shield also acts as a barrier, blocking her from true connection and intimacy.
Bar might be full of beautiful women, but you're the one who took care of me when I needed it. You showed me love, Tara, and that's the most beautiful thing of all.
The producers of True Blood have often said that Tara was one of the smartest characters on the show. I believe this to be true. Innately, Tara understands that she needs to fix the relationship that she has with her mother.
My mama's a drunk. Not just a slurs her words drunk, waking up in her own vomit kind of drunk.
If she doesn't, she will continue to repeat the patterns of being codependent, yearning to be loved by people who simply can't love her back.
She said she wants to be alone.
Well, I don't.
Me either.
Sam, on the other hand, seems to be totally content living in his own imagination. He totally enjoys fantasizing about Sookie and doesn't approach her because he simply doesn't want the fantasy to end.
Yes. I am very, very lonely.
It is only when Bill makes his first move that Sam realizes that he has to move quickly or all of his dreams are going to be shattered. Now, I truly believe that Sam was a better match for Sookie. He was kind, he was generous, he was keen on protecting her, even after she seemingly rejected him.
It's the company.
Must be.
I mean, that says something for us. We can enjoy ourselves even when we're trying to find a murderer.
If Sookie was more focused on looking for a man of good character as opposed to someone who gave her these amazing experiences, she too would have realized that Sam was a better choice from the very beginning. Unfortunately, Sookie doesn't learn this lesson until the very last season, where she understands that experiences aren't the same thing as loving a person entirely. Sam also seems to find closure, finding his family and trying to make peace with the fact that he is indeed a shapeshifter. In short, Sam was never going to find love until he himself became a whole person and understood his innate value.
You wouldn't have happened to been running through the woods without no clothes on, would you?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Lafayette, hands down, is probably my favorite character. He's feminine, kind, loving to his family and friends, and can throw down and whip some ass if you push his buttons. Of all the characters on True Blood, he is the most dynamic. He also has the most amount of depth. Of course, there's a reason why Jason and Lafayette became V friends. They are both two people struggling to understand manhood and masculinity.
Why? It wasn't your fault.
Just the boy needs a man in his life. Teach him what it means to be a man.
You see, many men struggle with their masculinity and understanding what that means. And I believe that gays may have a more difficult time doing this due to bullying and other things such as shame.
Just give us a little girl time. Come on, Lafayette.
Lafayette wants to become a man by making a lot of money and leaving Bon Tant. But he also wants to have the power and prestige that comes along with being rich and successful.
What was that?
That was a state senator.
You're a prostitute now?
I'm an entrepreneur. What?
Successful. This will make him feel like a man. Jason feels like he has to be a womanizer. He feels like he has to philander around town and sleep with every woman he can because that's what makes him feel like a man. It is only when Jason has this short talk with Vampire Eddie that he understands that he never had any real examples of strong manhood.
Don't be. Comes a point in life when you realize everything you know about yourself, it's all just conditioning.
And much like Lafayette, he engaged in behaviors that brought him recognition and admiration, but not real love and connection. I have to say that it was a lot of fun to see Lafayette's growth as a brujo and a medium in the series. It seemed that he was truly able to find his self-worth and masculinity through magic.
You just saying that because you don't understand it. And trust me, this world is filled with things we will never understand.
Now, Arlene and Renee, or Arlene and Drew Marshall, are probably my least favorite characters in this series. And to me, it's just an example of a really shallow relationship. Arlene, in many cases, was a bigot. She was a hater of vampires, while Renee's hate was so intense that it actually drove him insane. These are two people who are so consumed with hate that they didn't have the ability to actually love one another. Now, people can say, oh, they only hated vampires, but they had love for each other. I disagree. I believe that if you have hatred in your heart for anyone, you are incapable of loving someone. Hatred, along with shame, is one of the lowest vibrations. You can't compartmentalize it because it will seep in and destroy everything that's near and dear.
Like he kept that part of himself locked away in some dark corner of his mind.
Renee's hatred of fangbangers drove him insane, turning him into a murderer. And Arlene's prejudice toward vampires caused her to turn a blind eye to Renee's weird proclivities. I really enjoyed the first season of True Blood, and although I'm not a big fan of beating a dead horse, I would like to see this show come back on the air. I hope that Alan Ball will come back as one of the head writers and the producers and breathe some new life into the series.
The trick is, you have to let it take you deep. Follow it. Soak it in.
I think that he's the only one who is capable of blessing us with the sense of nostalgia that we all crave. If not, we can go back and watch the series and pray that the producers and showrunners come up with a great show that was filled with as much love and magic as this one. So what do you guys think about True Blood and the hidden meaning of relationships? How do you feel about Sookie and Bill or Sookie and Sam? Please sound off in the comments. Thanks again. This is The Modern Mystic. Peace out.